All right, so today we're doing an explainer on a program called the Mobility Reset Method. We're going to break down what it claims to do, how it's structured, and really the big problem it says it can solve for anyone, over 50 who's dealing with that constant nagging joint pain. So let's just jump right in.
So what's really interesting is how the source material for this kicks things off. It doesn't start with some boring medical jargon. Nope, it starts with a pretty powerful question. One that's designed to make you stop and think, to look past just the physical ache and ask yourself, what have I actually lost because of this pain?
And this quote, man, this really gets to the heart of it. This whole thing isn't just about sore knees or a stiff back. The source material is really talking about something deeper, this sort of quiet grief, That slow fade where you just stop doing the things you love, maybe without even noticing it at first.
Okay, so first up, let's look at how this program paints the picture of daily life for someone with chronic pain. They have a name for it, actually. They call it the daily negotiation.
And this really breaks down what that negotiation looks like, especially in the morning. It's not just about your alarm going off, right? It's this whole ritual. Waking up feeling stiff as a board, needing a good 20 minutes just to get the gears moving. That slow, careful shuffle to the bathroom. Popping an ibuprofen and hoping it gives you at least a few good hours. And all the while, that little voice in your head asking, is this just it? Is this what getting older is supposed to feel like?
But according to this material, it's about so much more than just the physical pain. They really dig into what this stuff quietly steals from you over time. And here they are, those hidden costs. It's the things you stop doing, golf, hiking, dancing, even just playing with the grandkids. It's also all that mental energy you burn, right? Always planning your route to avoid stairs, saying no to invitations you wish you could say yes to. Then there's that background worry. What am I going to be like in 10 years? And maybe the worst one of all, that feeling that you've tried everything and you just start to lose hope that it can ever change.
This quote from a woman named Linda really just sums it all up, doesn't it? I felt like my body had turned against me. That idea of a negotiation every single morning and how you just quietly stopped doing things, that's exactly the feeling this program says it's designed to reverse.
Okay, so after laying out the problem in such a personal way, the source material makes a big pivot. It introduces its core idea, which is basically this. What if the way we normally think about joint pain is, well, wrong? What if we're focused on the wrong thing?
And here's the main argument in a nutshell. On one side, you have what they call a conventional wisdom. Joint pain is a cartilage problem, bone on bone. But on the other side, this program makes a totally different claim. It says, nope, the real issue isn't the cartilage, it's a synovial fluid problem.
So what on earth is synovial fluid? Well, the program uses a great analogy. It's like the oil in your car's engine. It's the natural lubricant inside every single one of your joints. And the core claim here is that after we hit about 50, our bodies just don't produce as much of it. And when that happens, you get friction, you get inflammation, and you guessed it, you get pain.
And here's where it gets really counterintuitive. If the problem is a lack of lubrication, then just resting is actually the worst thing you can do. The source argues that the only way to get your body to make more of this stuff is through what they call the right kind of movement.
Which, of course, brings us to the actual solution they offer. It's a structured 3-week plan they call the 21-day reset. So how does it work? It's broken down into 3 pretty clear stages. Week 1 is all about these super gentle micro movements. The idea is just to wake up that lubrication system. Then in week 2, you start to get your range of motion back, carefully expanding what your joints can do. And finally, week 3 is all about making it stick by strengthening the muscles that support and protect those joints. The source also gives a pretty specific timeline of what you should expect to feel. They claim that by the end of that first week, you should notice a real difference in that morning stiffness. By the end of week 2, you should see real improvements in how you move through your day. And after the full 3 weeks, the goal is to make that relief something permanent and sustainable.
Okay, so what about the results? What kind of promises does this program actually make? Well, let's take a look at some of the stories and guarantees that are offered in the source material.
And this is the kind of thing they highlight. This quote from David, playing golf for the first time in 2 years. I mean, that's not just about less pain, is it? That's about getting a piece of your life back that you probably thought was gone forever. Or this one from Carol. This is so powerful. Being able to get down on the floor and play with the grandkids again, that's a huge deal. It's about reconnecting with family in a way that pain had totally taken away.
And then there's this from Susan, which points to another major promise. The idea of not having to rely on pills every day.
She hasn't taken ibuprofen in 6 weeks. For a lot of people, that right there would be a massive win.
So to back all this up, the program offers a 60-day money-back guarantee. And the way they frame it is pretty simple. It's to take away the risk. It gives you more than enough time to go through the whole 21-day plan and see for yourself if it actually works for you.
So what do you actually get? Well, according to the source material, the package includes the main 21-day exercise plan, a guide that breaks down the science behind it, an anti-inflammation nutrition plan, and a little 12-minute daily routine to keep things going afterwards. Plus, it looks like there are a few bonuses thrown in to help you get started.
And that really brings us to the end of our breakdown. The entire idea behind this program we've looked at today really boils down to this one question. It tries to reframe joint pain not as something you just have to live with as you get older, but as a solvable problem, a problem of lubrication. And it leaves you with this one final thought to chew on. Could the right kind of movement truly be the answer?